So Lena, very explosive hero, but if you ever get
10
onto her,
seconds
she's dead.
remaining.
And
Yeah.
I think that's the story of aggressive mode's draft right now is
5
whoever
seconds
gets
remaining.
jumped will be dead. Like Park, if he gets silenced by a potential Orchid and Void Spirit, dead. Chen, dead. Lena, dead. These are all at the back lines supporting style heroes. When I mean supporting, I don't mean literal supports. I mean they support the rest of the draft to enable it to win. They don't stand in the front and require assistance. They stand at the back line. HellRaisers, they've already shown there's the A is obviously 5, the Void has flexibility. Doom, I would expect it to probably be off lane, and then they want to pick up their Roger hero right now. I would really like to see a hero that can get to the backlines and pair with the Void Spirit. You know, like when you start that team fight, you have this double duo of Void Spirit +1, always connecting onto be it the Lina, be it the Chen, blowing them up and then taking the fight from there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best way to play. You can Hand of God is just such a fight changer sometimes. There's games where it doesn't do anything, and there's games where it does everything. There's no middle ground. It feels like, either Hand of God is like, oh my god, the Hand of God, it keeps him alive and keeps the fight going, and then everyone's living, or it's just like Hand of God doesn't make a difference, dead anyway.
Yeah, it just looks like a pathetic wand, pretty much. It's like,
Yeah.
all right. It's all based around tempo, and I think that's like how when you watch highlights of games, it's really easy to get built into the hype of the fight. But then when you like pause the fight, look at the net worth disparity, look at the position, look at the warding, you're like, oh, this wasn't really that cool because they're 40k up. Ugh, but it's Dota. Dota's a way too complicated game to pick apart in the moment. So you say that's kind of what we have to do, but. HellRaisers is using so much time to actually pick this final pick, even through the reserve time. I am a big advocate of if you get into a critical part of your draft, do not try and rush through it. Really use up every second you got to make sure you get the right pick.
Squeeze that lemon, baby! Yeah, they're gonna grab the Rubik Roger. Get your pogs ready, chat. It could be big. And aggressive mode immediately responding with a Beastmaster. This is gonna give them a bit of tempo. Kind of pushing the puck into that 4 position, I suppose.
Potentially, it's the Puck and Lena are currently switching between mid and 4 right now, and then the Beastmaster is the off lane. But my main concern right now is aggressive mode's lineup is so fragile. They're a team built around trying to win laning phase, trying to make the cute plays, get those early rotations in, take those early towers, and then really take home the map advantage. But how are they meant to do that when none of the heroes want to stand next to a tower and hit it? Like Beastmaster can behind his ball, behind his potential necro build, but it's so hard for them to build a defensive line and actually siege correctly because Void Spirit will cut through. You can have an A block. Like they're also so squishy. They're heroes.
10 seconds
Like
remaining.
you ban out the Bloodseeker on HellRaisers because it's like, all right, tempo is our biggest enemy right now. Bloodseeker, a big tempo hero. Aggressive mode really need a win condition hero now. Like be it just a casual Void or something to provide lockdown, or just a casual Juggernaut if they want to set tempo. But
I like the Void. I don't like Jug too much.
Wait, isn't HellRaisers the team that done the mid Doom thing with the
yes, 100%.
Saber axing?
Yeah,
all right, so there is potential for that as well. All right, okay, yeah, there is potential for that player.
Remaining.
But focusing more on aggressive mode right now, it's all about this. How do we end the game? Where's our win condition? Where's our late game carry? Otherwise, we put ourselves on this incredible timer. And yeah, when you think about the heroes, like I said, it's maybe Juggernaut, Void to some degree, but it's kind of slow. Doesn't really fit into
Illusion
tempo.
hero sounds a bit better.
PL
or the Naga.
There's Juggernaut. Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it, TeaGuvnor.
Yeah, my main concern is the fact that they just don't have a frontline. Juggernaut will want to maybe right-click the buildings, doesn't do too much damage to buildings at the early stages, relies on items. Sure, they have the ability to move around the map and be high tempo, but again, it's like if a real team fight comes into play, then you get out. Yeah, this
is a meaty out pick.
Yeah, so
from
there's Kasani, Doom, Nick's playing. Yeah, this is. Yeah, really like this draft from HellRaisers. I think
they got him.
Mode. They're trying to be cutesy, but I think they fundamentally they lack some of the basic concepts that you want in a draft, which is tankiness, uh, kind of consistent wave clear. Because right now they kind of rely on puck leaner, maybe the Chen creeps. Like it's a little bit janky, and yeah, big fan of HellRaisers. And how'd you kill this out? Technically, we have to respect the fact that they have a BKB piercing stun on Beastmaster. They got big damage
10
from
seconds
the Lena
remaining.
if he gets to the Ags, Kaya, that kind of ultra late game kind of
5
part of Lena.
seconds
So
remaining.
there is the potential that they can make this Alchemist explode, but I just fear they don't have enough continuous lockdown, the lower lockdown spells to deal with both the Alchemist and the Void Spirit.
All
If the
right,
Void Spirit has a good start, it's rough.
who do you guys think has the better draft? Let us know in the chat now. We're going to create a poll. We want to hear your opinions, and I want to see if
HellRaisers, man.
you know,
It's going to be like 99% HellRaisers. There's no way someone
Is
votes for aggressive mode.
aggressive mode going to get 10% of the vote because we haven't had any more extreme. We haven't had any extreme polls yet. Where
Where's my
where
poll? I
hasn't.
can't see it, man. I want to vote.
Well, the draft isn't finished on the with the 2-minute delay yet, has it?
Oh, okay. You're very smart here.
I've got to be. One of us has to be.
Yeah, you fatted in the. Technically, that's me because I'm just. God, that hurt to say.
Technically, I'm the smart one.
Yeah. MMR check. I won't do that to you. Don't worry.
Cheers, man.
No worries.
I don't know, I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm not ashamed. There's nothing ashamed of. 4.3k. I'm happy to be there.
Go. I see the outfit. Go.
Oof.
Who's better draft?
Down,
HellRaisers. Why have you put aggressive mode on the top when they're the bottom team on the picture?
Well, I'm sure people are smart enough to figure out to read the names before clicking the buttons and not just going top team, bottom team.
Top team. Yeah. That is the voice of Reddit right there, by the way. Yay!
Nick's charging down this middle lane. This man wants to go and hit some creeps. He wants to get some money. He wants to get himself a Radiance and destroy this game.
Trying to tilt. Doesn't work when they're already ahead. That was a weak tip coming out from Spartan.
Yeah. That was a little boy tip. A weenie tip. Weenie energy.
Okay, so as much
TD
as
weenie energy.
as much as I all in on HellRaiser's draft being like, I think overall a lot better, I think we still have to give respect to aggressive mode and the fact that in drafts where they are when they are outdrafted, they are still able to execute in their kind of grouping up. As long as they aren't so outplayed in the laning phase, they can always set tempo and just somehow find ways to win games when they are so far behind. And it is because of that tempo that they can set. So the only caveat to that is there's an alchemist. So you have to have your tempo so high that you take away his jungle, and then you're probably letting the Void Spirit farm. So yeah, I feel like this is still very much a HellRaisers draft win, but don't count aggressive mode out simply because of their track record in these types of games.
Thugs being a naughty boy, gonna steal the bounty rune, making it 3-4 aggressive mode. Feels pretty good.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed. Yeah, enjoying it. So off, they currently have the net worth lead. I think this might be the only time we see this game.
Whoa, let's not be too hasty there.
All right, the votes are counted. The votes are counted, and HellRaisers do take it with a 66% victory over aggressive mode only. Yeah, chat is they're pretty on the fence with this one. Gotta be real with you. 34% still voting for aggressive mode.
It's not on the fence, man. That's a big swing. That's 2/3 of HellRaisers.
True, I mean, coming from a country where we decided to
1%.
1%. Yeah, well, we don't go down that route. Not today.
Not any day. So they put in the Alchemist mid, which is perfectly fine. I think, again, even though it's an out game, Lena does really well at pressuring these melee heroes, being able to spam out Dragon Slave, being able to just right click them, obviously with the Fiery Soul, getting the early D-ward as well. Like, this isn't going to be a free lane for Alchemist in no stretch of the imagination.
Oh, look at that damage he does to Sunlight when he's able to get some punches off. Woo, that hurts. So I've been used here as well. I won't be able to get those a little bit of CS in there, but getting straight back in and get him to work. And yeah, I mean, I don't imagine Nyx is going to be... Well, he could be in some danger if he's lets himself get too low, gets caught up by a stun. So we'll try and keep an eye on that middle lane and make sure nothing too spicy happens. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Huck and AA trading hits. Oh,
I
nice
really
little
like this laning
yeah.
setup. They put Funnick, obviously the offlane player, in the safe lane to secure his farm. They then put Kasani, who then on top on the Doom. Like, you're really enabling this voice which I think is one of the biggest heroes that you need in this game to have. Because if your Alk has a good game and your voice has a good game, it's so hard because you're going to have two high tempo heroes playing into you that can get to the back line. Maybe an early blink on Alchemist. Any levels on voice are critical. So, yeah, really like this laning setup from HellRaisers right now.
Ooh, but Sunlight in the middle lane actually able to find that pre 2-minute bottle and now fills it back up with an arcane rune. So this is going to get really rough for the next few minutes for the Alchemist here as he's got to deal with this. Meanwhile, up at top, it's Roger and Kasani versus the Chen and the Juggernaut. So yeah, Kasani is probably going to be going for this kind of carry-ish Doom build we've seen from before. He goes for the Echo Saber and plays very aggressively. Just running at Roger right now. He's got absolutely no chill. But I should probably care about the creeps a little bit more than the Rubik. The Chen is just going to hold this lane steady with the Holy Persuasion. Though so far hasn't really taken a creep. Is it worth taking a creep at this stage though?
You're playing against the Doom, so
yeah,
he'll probably devour it at some point. Obviously now he has devour up, but you can see by the cooldown he probably actually ate the creep that Barton brought in, so
sad.
Yeah, you have to wait for it. I think the important thing is a Chen as a hero is really good at closing out the jungle, being able to move in there with the creeps. The issue you have is you can't really leave the Jug alone against the Doom Rubik. So they're going to maybe have to do some lane swaps to maybe get the Jug to maybe go jungle, put the Puck top, and then get the Chen to then start invading to prevent this Alchemist from having his catch-up farm that he will need. As you look at the CS right now, mid lane, 21 for 12 on Lina, 8 for 1 on Alchemist. This is what happens when you put Alchemist against some of the stronger mid laners, the classic mid laners. It's so hard to get this early CS. And
yeah, it's
Roger starting to make stacks. So sorry, as I interrupt you there. Roger making the stacks in the jungle, starting to progress to the. We understand mid is bad, but we need the comeback mechanic.
Yeah. That's why I was a little bit surprised. Though I thought the Alchemist was going to go to a side lane. I didn't think they'd put the Alchemist versus the Lina. I thought they were going to put the Doom versus the Lina, but then again, I can't really see that one going that much better either. So
yeah, it's equally as rough. I think mid's like, okay, there's not going to be no pressure on Alchemist outside of the matchup. So as long as you ferry out more regen, we make stacks for you, we can recover. If we put you in the side lane, we make a free lane.
First spot down in the bottom lane as they are able to bring down Velhor. And looks like that was kind of just Funnick alone there. There was very little help from a poster. He didn't really do anything, which
But would you get that if the Alk was here? You wouldn't. So you believe that let the side lanes have a good time. You accept that you lose one lane, and then you play the game from there. Really, I think one of the best concepts of Dota, like people don't really rate too much, is you have to win all 3 lanes. You know, it's like you don't. You can win 2, lose 1, but then use the tempo from the others. Going for the bounty runes.
Yep, easy bounty for Roger, but Thug is pretty quick, although he stops to right-click Kasani a bit, which is going to mean that he doesn't get the bounty. I think Roger would have been there anyway. He has got brown boots, so Thug just going to have to settle for getting absolutely nothing and heading back towards the creeps. And yeah, this is going to be 3 bounty runes going the way of the Dire and only 1 going the way of the Radiant. Again, actually, and this is an Alk, you know, he wants these bounty runes.
One of the best parts of playing Alchemist. Kind of wet your lip, see the bounty runes, and off you go.
Oh, wait, my bad. It's actually 2 for 2. I'm just a bit special.
Don't worry, man. We have our moments.
My mum says I'm special.
Mum says also I look good in certain clothes, but I know I don't.
Sunlight just holding this middle lane as Roger comes in to soak up a bit of XP, but knows not to get too close to Sunlight here, as you see how much damage that Dragon Slave does to him. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, they're able to get the kill out onto Kasani. It looks like it was just a simple case of the spin with the Harpy Stormcraft. Oh my goodness, the T-tools are real. Roger going to go down in the middle lane as well to Velhor as he makes a rotation in. The Rubik gets picked off. Where is our Alchemist during all this time? Well, he's just in the jungle, having a good old time. And I say good old time, he's the poorest core right now.
Yeah, he's been absolutely worked in the middle lane by the laner.
Yeah.
But we can't really expect anything different, just because obviously the Lina Alchemist matchup.
Yeah, I think the bottle did make a big difference there. The bottle pickup from the Lina just allowing her to really
Lina
dominate. And now the Last Dracarys is going to land. She has got the Laguna Blade, but doesn't have enough damage to bring down Nyx right now. So Nyx gets himself to safety, but it's only relative.
And Velour just really putting pressure on the mid lane. Like, it's kind of like the aggressive mode classic at this point, and it's you play your side lane, and then as soon as side lane collapses or laning phase is somewhat collapsing due to rotations, this guy's going to be running at you, be it in the jungle, be it mid lane, and Kasani dying 2 times in a row now.
Goodness gracious.
First time just to a spin, second time to the Omni Slash. But
all right, it's focus up time. No
wait,
more.
have you missed all these kills?
Every single one. Yeah.
Oh, what? All 5? Oh,
no, I think we caught. Easy orb away from Velhor here.
Oh, you are watching this one, miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is dead.
We got it, guys!
Woo!
Woo!
Thank you.
No worries, no worries.
Been waiting for this moment all my life.
He says.
If you do need an observer, then you know, reach out to me on Twitter. I will work at the right rates. You know, it's.
I'll pay you to get Nomad observing your games.
Just to watch you cry. Funnick jumping in the bottom lane. Skylark is going to be the target as they jump forward, throwing everything they've got at him, and they will get off that cold feet, and that is going to secure them the kill. Funnick and Miposhka teaming up to grab themselves a nice, tasty Beastmaster. So HellRaisers, they're finding a bit here. Their bottom lane is going nicely. Their top lane, not so much though. This Juggernaut's having a pretty damn good time. But Alk, he's farming in the jungle. We'll see how much space they can make for him, as he's now the most farmed core on his team. But he wants to be the highest farm core in the game, because that's a hero.
They're playing all around this. Like, Funnick, he's the one having a good lane. Like, he's the one having a decent time. So he has to be able to make those early moves. But as you see mid, this incredible aggression coming out from aggressive mode.
Invasion, yeah.
Yeah. This is what you want to do against Alchemist.
Velhor, they're all coming in. Moving as a team.
We don't want Alchemist to farm. And then look, you got Spartan on the other side of the jungle, choking them in. This is really good play from aggressive mode right now. Just kind of penning the entire Radiant team into just one small sliver of the map.
Nick's just cowering at mid now, deciding, well, I'm going to put these braces to some use and try and lane up versus Alina, but can't even secure the range creep for himself here. And now with all the, you know, this seems like a small movement, you know, stop out jungling for a few minutes, you know, well, 1 minute maybe at most. But this is going to make his Greevil's greed fall down as well, so that's also going to affect him and just generally mess with his game. And Spartan's taking the creeps here as well is so annoying.
Yeah, already got the mech, and this is, yeah, I said this at the start of the game, the Chen is so good at closing out the map due to the fact that you can just jungle these camps super quickly. With the creep army now, also with the early mech, doesn't have enough mana to use it though. Trying to take away this mid tier 1 tower. If you can take early towers against Alchemist, it's so hard to defend your jungle. It's so hard to enable this Alchemist farm. And you have to remember, you still have 2 other cores on the map. Alchemist naturally takes so much farm. If you close out the map, force Alchemist to farm with his other cores, there's going to be such a disparity in who's actually obtaining the gold, and Alchemist alone cannot win you the game. You need even distribution of farm.
They've given out the bottom lane, but they're waiting for him to come back into the jungle. Don't do it, Nyx.
Oh.
I think he might be aware. Is he aware? Is he aware? Oh, Skylark going for the roar here. Spartan's on top of him as well. And with the creep army, they will be able to bring him down. The ultimate, not going to do enough. The Alchemist gets dropped. Nobody here to help him out. Nobody here to save the day. And meanwhile, their middle tower fell down as well. So aggressive mode really, really piling on the pressure into HellRaisers here. They need someone to play around. I think the Void Spirit needs to start maybe making some movements. Let's see. They're looking at top. They want to put some pressure on the top tier 1. See if they can move some aggressive mode heroes around. But during the time which the Alchemist is dead, they are just getting so much done. Invading the jungle, taking his creeps, taking his ancients. You know, Thug, every time he's farming on this side of the map, he is denying something else from the Alchemist.
That is a okay. Quickly look at where I pinged this Radiant Ward on the bottom side.
We sure can, TeaGuvnor.
Really good ward. Because not only can it only be seen from high ground, you can also not see it when you walk up this high ground steps coming this way due to this line of trees. Oh, now they see it. Alright, sick.
What a terrible
Oh, the
ward.
courier went over it. Oh no! All right, take it back. Terrible ward.
Terrible ward. Funnick jumping forwards onto Skylark here. They're trying to grab something from this one. Kasani leading the charge. He has got a Doom, but with Sunlight turning up, well, they're going to drop the Doom onto the Juggernaut, but I'm not sure what for. The Laguna Blade comes forward, and they will take down the Doom. Meanwhile, in the back lines, a nice two-man coil. Velhor finding the +1 and maybe the +2 as the courier will snap. Roger's gonna get... Nope, he's actually got an orb of his own here. Hello, this is looking kind of tasty from HellRaisers. The right click won't be enough. Taunt comes down onto Velhor. Orb forward, get away from the orb, and it will not hit them. But he's come in. Jesus Christ, Velhor, what are you doing, kid? Well, he's gonna find one, but Funnick gets a return kill. Fair enough, I guess. I mean, Puck really wanted that one. Fortunately, does end up dying. Interesting. Interesting. Meanwhile, Alchemist taken to the enemy's jungle to take his farm up now. Still looking for that Radiance.
Oh. Get out of there, Alchemist. Run.
Wonder what Tiger Force is. Spartan.tigerforce.
You know what? We have the power of the internet.
Why do I think it's a meme?
It's an airborne division for the Vietnam War. When you Google it.
Alright, weird for them to be sponsoring an esports guy, but there we go. You know, and diversifying your assets, I guess, is a thing.
Maybe it's a homage to his ancestry or something. I don't know.
Possibly. I'll ask him in the next lobby.
Oh,
Meanwhile, Raw
Roger,
Jesus. Oh, okay. Throwing a freight train into Roger's face. We did, yes. It was pretty well telegraphed. Yeah, we caught every kill since we complained about it earlier. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but
no. All right.
I'm pretty good. Just need to get in the zone.
You gotta feel it. Even though aggressive mode and moving around the map really cleanly right now, farming up a storm, there still is the question of at what point does the Alchemist, when he eventually gets this BKB, this Radiance, this Blink type of timing, how do you continue to fight into them? Like, if the Juggernaut doesn't get that good Omni Slash, then I feel that there could be a lack of impact from the Juggernaut. But again, right now, there are no questions that there is no lack of impact.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. However, nice two-man Ice Blast coming out as Funnick leads the charge forwards here on this Void Spirit looking, but he's retreating. He's a little bit scared now. Spartan's coming forwards with Skylark as well. They don't have the Roar, but they do have themselves a coil in 7 seconds. HellRaisers getting themselves out. They are feeling the fear right now. But this is all taking pressure off the Alchemist as he is being followed by Thug. Okay, now I go for the TP.
Oh, the RNG.
Oh, God.
You know, if this was a solo queue game that you queued up for that one of the night, you'd get Omni Slash to oblivion there.
Yeah.
Just because he's a pro player, he doesn't get killed by it. That's basically what happens.
Meanwhile, Kasani throws the Doom onto Lina. Casual Doom's being thrown out. No worries. Zoning Dooms. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to get kills, are they? So, might as well.
The instant smoke, though. You see Doom used. All right, lads, off we go.
Yeah, let's find ourselves an engagement.
Maybe one falling. Run, Kasani, run!
Both of them running, but yeah, the Roar coming down onto the Ancient Apparition. Meanwhile, Doom being held still by the Chen's army. Maposhka, though, not that low just of yet, and the returned Roar comes out onto the Juggernaut, but it doesn't matter. Maposhka still going to go down, and now they're even committing this coil to try and bring down Kasani here. They should be able to do so. Drums, Buckler, it's not enough. Trying to juke through the trees here, trying to make his way through. He's doing a pretty good job, and, well, might actually just survive here. Finding a courier in the process as well. Meanwhile, the backlines are stunned, coming down onto Sunlight. He could be in some real trouble. This could be the turnaround they're looking for. HellRaisers taking chunks out of Sunlight. They'll get the kill. Meanwhile, in the backlines, the Doom was able to get himself away. And now, well, Salve, Clarity. Meanwhile, the rest of HellRaisers, they're looking for Skylark. Skylark is going to be their target. They don't have a stun on Alchemist for another 3 seconds. Funnick running forwards, though. Has he got anything to throw his way? And then comes the LSA from Roger. Funnick has to be careful, though. He's taking a ton of damage from these summons. He's got to get himself out. Dissimulate over. Trying to get himself to safety. Astral Step as well, but the Orb's going to catch him. Meanwhile, the same problem happening to the Rubik. The rest of aggressive mode will arrive and punish this long chase onto Skylark, and it didn't really get much done, to be honest with you, but, you know, time is being made, and...
Hold on, look at the Alchemist.
What is this?
Underneath a ward.
Just whipped out the Radiance. Gotta go back for another shawl. Ah! Did another shawl kill him?
Brother, run.
Oh, looks like he's good. I appreciate that he went back for it, though, you know, so a lot of carry players be like, nah, too risky, I don't want that item anyway. If it was a Vambrace, 100% they're going back for it, but if it's another shawl, they're like, nah. Thug with the DD into Roshan. This one is going their way.
Scouting it all with a blast.
Yeah, Kasani, do you really want to do this? What are you doing, buddy? Just hoping you don't come in that direction? Okay. Yeah, clearing himself out. Alrighty, aggressive mode. They have themselves a 7k gold advantage. They have themselves an Aegis on their Juggernaut with a Mask of Madness and the Yasha. My man's be hitting hard, my man's be hitting fast, my man's be living twice. But the Alchemist is becoming a factor slowly but surely. Still a long way off being a real menace. He's going for the BKB next, which I think I like.
It's nice in theory. Obviously, you want to be able to actually take part in fights, but look at the itemization coming out from Puck. You got this medallion. Alchemist does not like playing against negative armor. You get the medallion on Puck, you then pair that with see the BKB piercing roar and Beastmaster, and this Alchemist will explode.
Skylark coming up the high ground here. There's a lot of heroes on the side of HellRaisers, and Scar's kind of like, wait, what? He's the pest exterminator right now. That's the job he's playing, and he's going to exterminate some pests. See you later, Rubik.
But even though Rubik died, he was just playing as like a meat shield to get this Alchemist an extra little bit of farm.
Yep.
But Phonic, ooh. Yeah, nice. Calm down, brother.
Yeah,
don't leave your base.
Too carried away.
And him buying the early Veil as well. I like the idea that they need to find early ways to get damage out without the Alchemist, and that Veil, pair it with the AA, it's a lot of damage.
Ooh. Kasani pumping that Doom.
Faking. Yeah.
Get away from me, Sunlight. I'm gonna Doom you. Uh-oh. But now Velhall coming in with a two-man coil onto the Yalk, onto the Doom. Doom being targeted down. Can they bring him down in time before he can get off this ultimate? No, they cannot. And look at the damage. Oh my goodness. Skylark and Sunlight absolutely disappeared. Thug still wants to try and fight this one. Pop the Mask of Mana, so can't pop the ultimate. Might have been a mistake because the rest of his team have fallen. Velhall, Spartan, they're both dead. Now it's just Thug. What the hell just happened, T? They're all dead.
I don't want to say I told you so, but the lack of a frontline when sieging objectives, when you get your items on
Why isn't he
HellRaisers...
TPing? Are you going to die if he TPs? I guess so.
He died.
Still, I think it's worth a shot, you know?
There's no BKB. Oh, they have Doom up, so you can't spin TP.
Still though, you force them to use Doom at the very least. I don't know. Feels weird. Anyway, whatever. They get the kill. Moving on. 5 heroes dead. And yeah.
But the point is, like, so aggressive mode their lineup, it is all about we want to dominate our lanes and we can be super aggressive because that's what our heroes do. Fine, cool. But what happens when you go siege a tower? How are you taking a tower? How are you actually converting your early lead, which realistically wasn't that big of a lead? It was 7k, but the Alchemist was somehow really well finding ways to find farm around this aggression. Roger, AA, even Phonic, they were tanking spells here and there as they go on top and get...
Wait, what?
Phonic dies. Yeah, see you, buddy. But the whole idea is they were still able to find their farm to open up the map. And Chen being picked off in the bottom lane.
God damn it.
Goodbye, Chen. Come on, man. You gotta keep up with the kills, brother.
Oh, it's getting pretty high tempo.
No, I see that. But yeah, HellRaisers, they got the BKB now. He's trying to go for the heart just to tank up a bit more. I personally would prefer to see maybe the AC, just because obviously you got this Juggernaut. Like, the only way you're dying right now is from an Omni Slash during a Roar, and then if you haven't got BKB off, then the Medallion parent, like, layering on top of that. And I think he's not going for the solo crest, that's fine. But it does get a lot more difficult for aggressive mode, that is, sorry, to transition their early aggression into anything else right now. We asked this question so many times. How do they actually start a fight outside of maybe a coil, the beast running in? It's like you don't have this innate hero that wants to stand in front of everyone.
Yeah, just looking at this network graph as well, it kind of shows us the story of this game. I mean, it's just pretty big comeback from HellRaisers, and now things looking very even. In fact, maybe even HellRaisers' favourite, since this Alchemist has just had a pretty free time. But still, that net worth advantage hanging out on the aggressive mode's side. But oh dear, Phonic dead again. Another day, another catch. It looks like they just managed to grab him with the Yules into LSA combo, and there's nothing you can do.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Poor old Phonic, 2 deaths in a row. I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally hit F9 to see the graph, and it said you cannot pause. So I nearly.
Did you crap yourself?
Yeah. I was like, okay, no, thank you for this not being a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can pause if you're not in a caster slot, but if you're a caster slot, you can't pause. Meanwhile, Velhall getting absolutely imploded by Miposhka. That's a nice little pick off there as Roger grabs a lift. The silence stolen as well. Gives them all the time they need to bring down that puck. So trades are happening, and yeah, I mean, this game slowing down in tempo is only going to favor HellRaisers. I mean, they're pretty happy to kind of take it to slightly later timing. That said, the Juggernaut, he's still a pretty big boy. He's got a decent amount of money. Same with the Lina, she's pretty hard.
But you have to ask the question, like, how does he actually do anything? But like without this big roar coming in or a court, like it's so underwhelming. They have to be together to be able to fight, and you saw in the last engagement and the way they're playing, they're always playing like 2 offset but then the 3 behind them. I think if they can maybe clean up their numbers, make sure they move together, then of course the Omnislash will have a big impact. But right now, I'm not seeing it because they just don't have the control or the Omnislash in the right time during the control. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
All things considered, it's looking like it's going to be a long journey back for, I don't know, maybe we look at Roche, you know, Roche spawning in 1 minute 50. Both teams can probably do it pretty easily.
We have another smoke up, though, from Beastmaster and Chen. The double smoke, instantly broken. Oh, the blink
straight onto the Doom, though. Yeah, they found him. They have the damage, they have the lockdown. The Light Tracker actually gets missed by the Doom as he walks slightly to the left, but it doesn't seem to matter. They still got the damage to bring down Kasani. That's going to be a kill in the bag for aggressive mode. And what do they want from this? Well, it's looking like the answer's middle lane as they come storming down onto this tier 2 with 66 HP left. Boop, boop, dead. Thug grab himself that tower. Are they straight onto the high ground? Are they going to chill out a little bit? Meanwhile, at top, they're trying to play a little bit around with Velhor, perhaps, but this is just Nyx being defended whilst he farms. There are pings coming his way, though. And heroes, maybe.
The Alchemist.
Oh, that's not what you want to see, Velhor. That is not what you want to see,
in a row there. Defensive BKB, you have to rate that highly. The miscoil, you have to also rate it. Like, even though he missed it, it was A for effort, using the direction of the creeps and the radiance.
100% of the miscoils you don't cast.
Exactly.
That said, most people hit 100% of the miscoils they cast, so... No flares. I'm just kidding. Juggernaut's picked up this Chrysalis, by the way. Casual, extra bit of damage. Already got crits. Why not second crits?
I'm sure I've just watched Spartan this entire game. Smoke up to like a pick off and then just hitting jungle creeps. Like,
sounds like fun.
The most like interesting gameplay, honestly. If you play a perspective of him and fast forward, it's just like creep, jungle, kill, back to the jungle.
Yeah, he's got a Philosopher's Stone, he's got a creep army, you know, this guy's gonna farm fast.
Damn.
I feel like you can be greedier than Glimmer, but Glimmer is so good.
Yeah, I think Glimmer is pretty imperative, especially against the Doom. All this magic damage coming out, AA Blast. You need some way of getting magic resist into your lineup.
Thug might find himself. Well, I just want to go for an Omnislash onto a Void Spirit here, but if they have the lockdown, they can. He runs into Skylark. That's an easy roar. Slight panic there from the Void Spirit as he runs a complete wrong direction and gets himself picked off. But there we go. Sometimes you do a silly. Smoke out from a
the whole idea of
Kasani.
outpost. You don't like. You're not controlling this area anyway. You have no vision down here, so why are you trying to contest this outpost?
It's not even active for another 6 minutes. Doom comes forward, though, onto the Lina along with the Frostbite. They're just going to stay on top for the right clicks coming through, and this is looking like a dead Lina. Yup, popped. Meanwhile, tries to go for the Omni, but actually gets stunned up by Nyx just in time. It's still going to get that Omni slash off, but the BKB from Nyx, he actually once again to get drawn over to Maposhka and Roger and take both of them out. Now, well, they're trying to turn it around, trying to find some aggression. The buybacks are coming out. HellRaisers want to fight this one, but Thug, he's turning around, doing some serious damage to Kasani. Kasani needs to stay away, but at the same time, giving support to Nyx, who's on the front line doing a decent amount of damage. Roger's coming back over as well, looking to be an effect in this fight. Skylark just getting chunked down in the backline. Spartan going for the TP out. Meanwhile, Velo's trying to play around. Do they have the lockdown to keep him in this fight? No, they do not. He's going to be able to get the orb away. Meanwhile, the Skylark still is on the run here, but with the Aether Remnant and the Yules, they will be able to finish the job. And down goes the Beastmaster. HellRaisers, they find a fight, and it's a big one. Still keeping the hope alive for this game for them, and you know, even starting to feel pretty confident, it feels like.
That was some RNG, by the way. Like, he ults the Alchemist, and then doesn't go to the creeps, fair play, and then instantly goes onto the Rubik. It's like, screw you, Roger.
Yeah, he got wrecked.
But that shows how I feel like the Omnislash at this point, you can kill AA, you can kill Rubik. You can't really kill Void Spirit, because obviously he has so many spells to disconnect. So you have to make sure you slay the supporters of Omnislash, and then you focus on the rest of the team.
Absolutely.
Unless you're able to really get the Alchemist in like a solo pick-off situation where you can just solo only slash him with your layering stuns and minus armor, then sure, that can work. But yeah, Juggernaut right now is the support slayer.
Yeah, killer supports and not much else, unfortunately. Thug struggling to find his footing in this late game, but the song's going to help, you know, going for the full butterfly next. That should give him the capability to man-fight into the Alchemist.
Right. Look at the Alchemist items. 15-minute Radiance into 26-minute Heart BKB AC. Like, woo-wee. Alchemist is a hero, lads.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like he's been shut down that
Roshan
hard.
is up. This is the next play. Player side Roshan. Both teams prioritizing their vision around Roshan. They understand that this will probably dictate who controls the game for like the next 10 minutes. You get the Aegis, you're able to unlock so much aggression.
Just kind of a quick check at the buyback status as well, because I think they will be important here. And the Doom has it, and Funnick has it as well. But meanwhile on the die, not a single player has saved for buyback, except maybe Scarlet's going to have his shortly. So HellRaisers looking on through, and they are going to meet here. In we go. Spartan's going to be the first one. Scarlet, can he find the Roar? Can't get it immediately, and now he's going to get lifted up. Stun's coming his way as well. They're going to be able to cancel it out. Three-man coil from the puck. Going to give them the space they need in this fight. Now the Omni's going to rip through as well, but once again, going off over to the creeps. What is that? Luck! They're going to take down Skylark, though, and now they look forward for more. Nyx is an absolute monster. They do no damage at all to this Alchemist. As Funnick's going to hold up the Juggernaut into the air. Stun to follow up as well. They take him down easily. Spartan's going to go his way as well. 3 heroes brought down. Skylark does use that buyback as previously mentioned, but what does it matter? Absolutely nothing. Roshan could be an option. Probably should be an option. DD. Why not?
You need minus armor against Alchemist to punish his general itemization, but Pot getting caught off in the mid lane real quick.
Sorry, taking a drink, guys. Taking a drink. That was a drink break. You know, I get a free pass on that one, I've decided.
We should be able to toggle the camera, right? So when you're sipping, you can flick it to me.
That'd be pretty sick.
That would be hype.
Maybe I should just sit with one hand and actually use my mouse with the other one. But you know, as a Brit, you know what it's like. You pick up your brew, you sit back. No. If you're a Brit, if you're an Englishman, you pick up your tea, you sit back, you go, you put it down, then you get back to what you were doing. You know, if you don't enjoy that sip, what's the real point of drinking? Might as well just dehydrate and die. All right. Anyway, Aegis in the hands of the Alchemist, Radiance, BKB. I mean, he's got everything. He's got the full kitchen sink. Everything a little boy could want and more. The moon on a stick in this Alchemist's inventory. They can do what they want. Meanwhile, bottom lane, this illusion causing issues.
We can't deal with the Radiance.
What a pain. Oh, cleave talent as well, by the way. Nice.
Yeah, it's the out build nowadays. You don't really go for the concoction build. You literally just play off of your own attack. Like there used to be a phase where you go for the cooldown reduction, the damage, and then you just be like an explosive guy just throwing out concoctions left and right. But no, nowadays you want to be able to scale continuously. So you get the cleave, get the right clicks, and you always have some way of farming throughout the game. You can also have you can replace your Radiance at the later stages due to having that cleave talent.
Yeah, it gives you that farming potential if you want to swap out for whatever reason. And Nyx heading for that Abyssal Blade next. They're going to give him that extra bit of jump, a little bit of bash, everything you need. Not even worried about this Juggernaut's butterfly. No, he's not even thinking remotely about going for a MKB here.
Well, why would you? That last fight, it's all about the Alchemist doesn't really die to Nomad Slash anymore. He has, especially now, he has an Aegis, but he has Heart, he has AC, he has 27 armor. They don't really have enough negative armor on aggressive mode to eat through this. Therefore, he's always going to survive. And only such Juggernaut doesn't really do that much. Like in a fight, sure, he like only slash again, like I just said, it's whatever. His right clicks are kind of like meh. Realistically, you have to be taking away the Puck, the Lina. These are the heroes that have the big damage. Like Puck has the Ag's coil. That's going to really annoy you, obviously, in a fight. But luckily, Doom, Alchemist, they just double BKB. They hug themselves within the core. They don't really care. So yeah, I think aggressive mode really going to lack the damage in team fights if it's a pure 5-on-5. If aggressive mode can maybe get pickoffs around the map and play off of how they were in the first 15 minutes of the sweeping motion, skipping waves, then of course the pickoffs, that's when it doesn't really matter. You're going to easily kill heroes because you have the numbers advantage.
What was the defining moment of this game? Like, take us back.
So it was the point in which Aggressive Mode's lineup was built around they can punish the fact Alchemist needs to find farm. He's really weak pre-Radiance. But the point in which there was a fight where Alchemist joined the fight without Radiance, only with the Relic. They got, I believe, a full team wipe because they were trying to go for mid-tier 2. Alchemist joined the fight. They weren't expecting the Alchemist to join the fight. That early point in Acid Spray, the big damage from Void Spirit, you got a full team wipe. It allowed HellRaisers to leave their side of the map, get the D wards, and from that point, Alchemist got the 50-minute Radiance, and then 11 minutes later, he had Heart, BKB, AC. And that was simply because Aggressive Mode, they couldn't make mistakes with their lineup. They made one mistake, and Alchemist was back in the game.
Still though, Dota Plus, it's saying that it's not that convincing. 60% chance for HellRaisers, a 40% chance for Aggressive Mode to take the victory. And I think that's... I'd probably place it a little bit higher, maybe 65 or 70-ish for...
Well, hold on though, quick smoke though.
Quick smoke.
Posturing, ready for the play.
Skylark, he's going to pop the smoke and immediately blink himself away, and with the Glim Cake from Spark, and he gets himself to safety as well. Meanwhile, Thug sitting on the high ground, looking for an opening perhaps. Kasani, he doesn't have a way to deal with the Omni, but at the same time, this is a Jug which has been scarred. You know, he's been cut too many times by these Omni Slash attempts. Every single time he ends up just disappearing into nothing. So he's like, yeah, you know what, this spell's stupid, I'm not going to rely on it. And I agree with him.
Yeah, the reason why the win percentage is probably looking at not so like drastic for HellRaisers because Alchemist, everyone knows it. He dies once, dies twice. He kind of falls off like a rock off a cliff. So it's not like it's going to be it's not plain sailing for HellRaisers. Just because this Alchemist is very much 1 death, 2 death. His buyback always costs so much because he has so much gold, so many levels. So you can't count them out. It's the battle of both teams have the same issue really, which is Aggressive Mode, they can't really go to high ground or go to objectives because they lack the front line. HellRaisers, on the other hand, they can't really go high ground because they lack the building damage. So both teams will struggle actually ending this game if they don't get fights or pickoffs.
Chen! He's dead.
Like this, for example. Both teams rely on pickoffs to then really assert their dominance.
Some days you just want to place a ward, and some days you die. It happens. Meanwhile, Puck still being super annoying here. Now they've sent Kasani to come and deal with this. You know, he's got one job.
He has to blink the he tried.
He's still got the Doom, but well, they're going to trade ultimates here. Problem that BKB, but he's got an Axe. He's got an Axe, sir.
Fine, he's just running him down. There we go. Didn't need to BKB for it, but there we go.
See you later, Pucky Wucky. Definitely feeling a bit puckered right now.
Yeah, that BKB usage was like, yeah, Axe. Damn. Why did I waste it?
Yeah, you didn't check the items, did you, sir?
Yeah.
That's on you. And they'll trade tips as well.
That's nice of them.
Nice ulti. You too. Thank you very much. Nice BKB. Shut up. Aggressive Mode holding the high ground. Or is it hard to break the high ground of Aggressive Mode?
Yeah, for sure. You have this Puck who can potentially skip waves when he's alive. Lena obviously plays off of the range, always able to nuke down the waves. Same with Beastmaster, whirling axes. Like, it's so scary to go high ground for both of these teams. But the reasons are so different. One team, they lack the person who can hit it and can get you vision, and the other team just lacks any tower damage. So,
ooh, looks like we've got a charitable alchemist on the case. Uh-oh. Is he good here? He's been jumped. He's gonna die. Kasani just takes him out. And you know what that was? That's the Aghanims given to the Doom.
Yeah, and that's the pickoff you need to be able to siege high ground. Sure, it will result to a Juggernaut buyback and most likely a retreat from HellRaisers, but these are the mistakes that dictate like how games conclude.
Yeah, it's looking hard for Aggressive Mode here. And look how far away they are. They're respecting the jump which Funnick can offer with those Astral Steps. They're respecting Kasani with the Blink Doom. They know they need to be far back, and Juggernaut's going to buy back, coming to the front lines. They're going to throw down the coil as well, but both the heroes have BKB, so they're getting able to hold the line here, but the roar's going to come out onto the Alchemist. Juggernaut trying to do his best, but he's been roared back. He's going to die. It's a dieback from Thug. The only heroes to die in this fight are the Doom and the Juggernaut, who just brought back into the game. Meanwhile, Velhor trying to play around him, but the man to catch out Sunlight as well. A great catch from Funnick results in the death of the Lena. She buys back immediately, wanting to hold on to these barracks. HellRaisers, will they respect it? They don't have their Doom. It is a significant portion of their their lockdown and damage gone. HellRaisers still looking for this one. Next being a cheeky boy, coming and taking some hits, and now that ultimate just going to come in, and they just can't do enough damage, and another lift onto the Lina. The cause, they keep buying back, and they just keep on dying. Puck, the hero, comes in and tanks the Astral Spirit, but it's not enough. Sunlight goes down all the same, and the G to the G is thrown in the air as aggressive mode will get swept 2-0 by HellRaisers. My goodness, what a performance, what a turnaround, what a showcase of Alchemist here.
Yeah, I feel... So, let's look at the start of the game. Aggressive mode, the way that they played, really shutting down the Alchemist. Again, like we said so many times before, 15-minute Radiance, give or take, for the Alchemist. That's pretty slow in the big wide world, grand scheme of Alchemist Radiance timings. I think the main issue that they had was the conviction of their aggression. They didn't ever convert those moves into maybe sieging an early high ground. I feel that with this type of lineup, you could very easily pressure a tier 3, especially because like you got a Doom who had died multiple times, a Void Spirit who was only rushing Yules, and an Alchemist who had nothing. So potentially, like instead of going for non-stop pressure on an Alchemist, you could have gone for maybe an early tier 3 siege within that first 15, like around the 15-minute mark. I know it sounds quite ludicrous, but when you have Juggernaut, Beastmaster, Chen, these are heroes that love pushing towers, and when HellRaisers have no high ground defense, no wave clear at the early stage of the game, outside of maybe just like the Rubik Fade Bolt and a Stolen Spell, Void Spirit kinda, but it's not so clean. Like aggressive mode, maybe not putting the right focus on where their aggression should have gone, focusing too much on the Alchemist, which is why Alchemist is always a bugger of a hero to play against, because you think of him for so much, you run at him. He eventually gets that Radiance, and then 11 minutes later, AC, BKB, and you're like, oh, well, yep, forgot about that one, yep. How do we kill him now? You look towards your Juggernaut, SMY, Mask of Madness, that's it. You look at your Lina, BKB Yules or something, it's like, all right, cool, yeah, we have nothing to deal with him, so good start, but overall, lack of decision making from aggressive mode to really try and close out maybe some of the weaknesses at the early stage of the HellRaisers draft.
Yep, and that's what it's all about, locating those weaknesses, taking advantage, and that's exactly what HellRaisers were able to do in this series and bring down aggressive mode, securing themselves the 2-0 victory and most likely a position in the playoffs as well. I'm not 100%, but I believe there's not much more anyone can do to take that spot off them, so I think they're going to be heading towards the land, but we'll confirm at the start of the next series. And talking about the next series, would you like to know what it is, TeaGuvnor?
Yeah, sure, mate. Please, do inform me.
Next series is going to be Force Esports versus Fly to Moon, and now things are starting to get spicy.
This is the battle for LAN.
It is
right here.
It is. Yep. Currently 4th and 5th, especially with aggressive mode just losing that series, meaning they are now 3-2, still sitting on 6 points, which is not where you want to be. Meanwhile, Fly to Moon are 3-2 with 8 points, so looking much nicer for them. And 4th with 9 points. So these guys are really battling tooth and nail for that 4th or 3rd spot in the LAN. This is pretty much their ticket there.
Interesting stuff. Exciting times.
Absolutely. Alrighty, well, we're going to throw it out to a short break, then we're going to be back with Force Esports versus Fly to Moon in their best of 3 series to find out who's going to be making it through to the land, perhaps. My name is Nomad, he's been TeaGuvnor, and we'll see you very shortly for that matchup.